that, she found me, and I was her first franchisee. She called me up after, she left that job, and that's when she really, got it together to do the Dreamcatcher.
But you used to teach children before, yeah?
I did, in music. I was a music teacher for many, many years. And what happened and why I left Boulder College of Massage Therapy, although I do teach a few electives there still, but why I left Boulder College is because I miss working with the children. I miss that energy. I miss making a difference in their life.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah. And I have a 16-year-old and an 11-year-old myself, which is always keeps me on my toes.
Yeah, for sure.
But we've helped many thousands of kids since in the past 12 or 13 years, and we've helped 800 children, at least 800 children, through a legacy of learning.
Okay, so tell me about Legacy of Learning, because so the Dreamcatcher is a for-profit part of the business.
Yes.
And what's Legacy
of Learning? Well, I went to Margot after about a year of working this business, and I said to her, we're not going to be able to reach many people who can afford services like this, and I want to. How can we do this? And she said, well, let's put together a nonprofit and see if we can get some help from the community and from some foundations. And that's what we did. So it was put in place in 1998. And we're a small nonprofit. We're not a large nonprofit, but we have some good donations from large foundations coming in this year for the first time. And we're always looking for help. We're looking for volunteer teachers. We get teachers from CU and interns from CU and people from community service who've made a mistake, who meet our criteria.
Right.
I don't turn anybody away. If they come to my door and they ask me for help, I will find a way to help them. And I'll find either a volunteer or a partial payment or legacy money. I don't always have the money in there. Sometimes Dreamcatcher carries the money for the legacy people, never the other way around, but sometimes we'll do it. Or I'll ask family and friends to just help out with a kid.
And fundraisers.
And fundraisers. Yes, we do fundraisers.
So how was it then to run a business? Because this is not like, this is not like working in the public school system or even a private school system.
Exactly.
This is
supplemental. It's supplemental education.
This is business.
In the beginning, I'd call Margot every day. And I'd say, Margot, I got this kid this is his grade level, this is his age, this is his receptive language level. At Dreamcatcher, and like through Legacy as well, we always check receptive language because we have so many kids coming to us who are of Latino families that we also want to make sure that, we need to know where they're at as far as understanding English, not just reading the words, but understanding.
Right.
So we always test everybody, actually. We test their receptive language. How do they take information in their world, in our world, in our English world? So how do they do that? Is it if a 10-year-old is thinking and taking in information as a 12-year-old, he's going to go faster through our program.
Sure.
But if it's 8, if he takes it in as 8-year-old, we got to pace it a little slower to start.
But what you do in the business end?
Well,
because you're actually running a business,
yes,
which is different than the teaching.
I would call Margot and I'd ask her questions about doing that, and then I went to some business people who I could trust and ask them. And really and truly, it was kind of by the seat of my pants.
Okay, and that's the entrepreneurial way. That's what I wanted to hear.
That's really true.
Because that's the truth. And even if you do get guidance and support from other people, as the priestess entrepreneur, you're just following your gut.
I followed my gut, and I was always under capitalized. So I've always I've never caught up really to the beginning, even that first franchise fee feels like I'm still paying off.
Because are you also, you're teaching and running the business?
Yes, I don't teach as much.
You don't teach as much anymore,
but you did
at the beginning, because that's what we do.
Oh, absolutely.
When we open a business.
And I miss it, so I take a kid every once in a while. I take a kid that sometimes is maybe a little problematic for another teacher. I will take that kid on. I'm also a teacher at Justice High School, which is a school. Justice High School is a school for truant, expelled, and kids in the criminal justice system. It was started by Magistrate T.J. Cole, and in 2002 it became a charter school, and it's at the courthouse. Across the street from the courthouse is a little building, and we teach there. We've had approximately 100 students at any one time, and we are responsible. Dreamcatcher has a contract that's responsible for teaching the lowest performers at Justice High in Boulder, and now there's a new Justice High in Denver, and we have a similar contract in Denver. So we have between 15 and 22 kids that are behaviorally and
kind of high-risk kids.
Very high-risk kids. And we can't, and this is where we don't have as large a dynamic success rate because of the situation in the population, but do help them, and we do get them up 4 or 5 grade levels. Will they graduate? Will they go on to do good things? We don't know.
We don't know.
This is
Yeah.
my 4th year working at Justice High, and I am a teacher there as well. And
So do you have someone within Dreamcatcher who's a fundraiser for you?
yeah, no, well, I have a director. I have an
Yeah.
executive director. I'm the program director, so I make sure they're in the right program, and
Okay.
we know the retests come up. I make sure that everything fits well, and I do all the testing. But the executive director, his name is Michael Greschler, and he is wonderful. He's a teacher for us as well. He's been there 7 years with me. I don't know how he puts up with me for so long, but he has. And
Because he loves your heart.
I don't. And he is the executive director, so he does the grant writing and makes sure that everything is, all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, and he makes sure everything goes out well and on time and all of that. So yes, and every year it seems that we are expanding to
You're
more
growing.
and more and growing.
You're growing.
Yes.
So how did you, kind of make the transition in your own mind from being the teacher and kind of the caregiver that you are to also being, having to think of it as a business. I always think that's the challenge when we're doing something that's so much a passion of ours,
Right.
and then kind of
Yes.
also have to deal with numbers and money and
the money,
fundraising.
the numbers.
and,
I know.
So what happened inside of you was there a switch there, or was it just really following this commitment and you just had to do it?
I think that, that when you're passionate about something, and I believe this, because this happens to me, I think that when you're passionate about something, that the money will follow. So we're not a large, money-making operation. I don't know if we ever will be, but I'm working towards making sure that we can be. I mean,
Yes,
somehow,
because if
it
you
can
are,
become
you can
sustainable.
You can serve more.
That's
kids.
exactly
That's really
right,
the
and that's what I
purpose
put in
it.
front of me
Yeah.
all the time. We have
Yes.
never not paid our bills. We have never not been able to, pay everybody except for me sometimes, which I know the rule is you're supposed to pay myself first.
Okay, well, we know that that's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Because as an entrepreneur, if you have to pay the phone
Teachers,
bill,
the phone bill, the Excel,
or the teachers,
right.
or the
Right,
public service, or
right.
yourself,
I get
well,
materials,
Yeah, right. Crayons are going to win out.
But
They
I'm
are.
still here, and and like I said, I'm still here, and our success rate, our academic success rate, is so strong that it makes up for any other lack of anything
Now-
else. But the business part, I mean, I do have to get the bills paid. I do have to
Yes.
watch and see who's coming in. But I don't sit there every week or every month. I know what's going on because I've reports. I do know what's coming in, what we need when, and I do know, when people need to pay. And, about paying, parents, I work with them, I give them payment plans, I don't charge interest. I don't do that.
You're making,
I just want
yeah.
people to be happy. I trust my program, I trust my people, and I trust what we do.
So
Yes.
what's your big dream for Dreamcatcher and for DI?
My big dream.
I want the biggest.
The
I wanna
biggest
hear
dream?
the
Okay,
biggest
here's my
dream.
biggest dream. My biggest dream, I don't want to franchise. I don't want to make more centers. I'm very busy with this one. I mean, I'd love to see more people getting help. I'd like to see me having more of a cash flow, a cushion. That's what I'd like. It's almost very simple. I love my center. We have a beautiful center.
Beautiful.
We have a beautiful
You do,
center.
beautiful.
It's not inexpensive to be there. It's big and people love it. We do have events there.
Airy. You have a big airy
It's airy. We
space
have
there.
people. We have events there. We rent out some space, by the way, and people should know that we have little rooms that we can rent. We have the big room we can rent.
Yes.
We have an artist in there right now who's renting from us for about 6 months. So it's a beautiful space.
Well, thank you, Iris, for carrying on the beautiful, beautiful work that you do. And you can be found, Dreamcatcher can be found at Dreamcatcher
Learning.com.
Learning, dreamcatcherlearning.com. And go visit. Go
And the
visit
legacy-
Iris and
the
Legacy of Learning.
It's called thelegacyoflearning.com.
thelegacyoflearning.com.
Correct.
And go visit Iris, check out her place. Maybe you want to volunteer. Maybe you have a kid who's in need. Maybe yourself, you're in need. So she's the place to go. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's been a lot of
Iris.
fun.
It's just been great hearing about your beautiful work.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I'm Cindy Morris, host of Priestess Entrepreneur Kitchen Conversations. If you want to learn more about what it is to be a priestess entrepreneur, of which Iris is just a beautiful example, you can find my book, Priestess Entrepreneur Success is an Inside Job, at my website, practicalpriestess.com. Thanks for joining us today. This is Cindy Morris for Channel 22 Boulder Valley Media Alliance.